the dynamic between the three of us, it's always been the same, and it goes back to the days when Ken Owen was our drummer. It's just got to be people in a room, you know, kind of hashing it out between each other. I'm glad we haven't really got to that point where you're trying to assemble tracks via emails and stuff. I mean, for me, that's a bit of a turn-off, really. I know it works for loads of people, but I just wouldn't like to see us do it, you know?
I think it's kind of like piecing a puzzle together. I think on all fronts, really. I think, you know, it all starts with Bill's riff, and then me and him get together, and there's that first piece of the puzzle is the riff, and then try and fit something that goes with that riff as the second piece of the puzzle, and then that's one small piece of the puzzle, and then kind of, you know, you do a new riff and then a new bit, and then obviously then there's the vocals and everything on top. But I think there's even though again all of us have different music tastes and we have different influences and all that kind of stuff, I like to think there's some kind of common thread that runs between us three, I think, because it's worked on 2 albums now, that kind of helps us piece those puzzles together, you know, in an all right way. Because I guess, you know, if we were completely polarized, then I guess we'd just never get an album done. Or maybe that's why it's taken 8 years.
It's still a very organic process where we get together in a rehearsal room. You know, somebody walks in with a bunch of riffs and we work through them, and kind of sometimes the arrangements come together very quickly. Other times there's lots of back and forth. I think, as I said earlier, with, you know, Dan and myself, we'll be playing together and knock up a bunch of tunes and they're sounding good. But we're very aware of the fact that when Jeff comes in, it's going to go somewhere else entirely. You know, some songs don't get changed too much, but other ones, you know, there's a really radical overhaul of the arrangements, and I think that's a very important part of it. Because sometimes you can fool yourself, like you're in a comfort zone, you think you're stretching yourself, but you're just not, you know. So there's always got to be that tension. You don't want to go too far and play stuff that's beyond you, that doesn't fit or doesn't suit you, but you also don't want to just play it safe. So hopefully that's the kind of tussle, you know, we've engaged in on this one. Or I could just be talking crap, I've no idea.